Hey, it's Jon Fleischman with SoDoesItMatter.com, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about something that's on my mind. Last week, we all suffered through the horrible, unexpected tragedy of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Um, Very sad. The nation is mourning, and it was an awful thing to have happen. And I stand with many people that plan on doubling down what I do to make sure that Charlie's legacy of fighting for America is continued and expanded. That having been said, it's introduced a conversation about extremism and violent extremism in America associated with politics. I'm seeing kind of a raging debate between different schools, right? A lot of conservatives are like, radical left-wing extremism has turned deadly, has turned dangerous, and that's where it's coming from, and it needs to be stopped. There are some people that will show you studies showing that actually there's more violent extremism coming from the far right, from more authoritarian corners. And then there's some people that think that it's kind of a balance, maybe tilts a little more one way or tilts a little the other way. And I would just say that with all due respect, I don't really give a crap about any of that, because the reality is our position needs to be that violent extremism that can lead to tragedy and death is bad, period. I don't care if it's somebody who's from one end of the ideological spectrum or the other. We need to condemn it all. We need to say that none of it is acceptable, and we need to target all of it. So if you've got somebody, if you're a conservative like me, and you know somebody who's angry and you think that they might do something stupid, you need to actively work to de-escalate that situation. And if you're on the left and you see somebody doing something like that, you need to de-escalate. And, we need to kind of understand that the words that we use are obviously protected by free speech, but there are words that we use and extreme cadences that we deliver that exacerbate the situation and drive people to doing crazy, horrible things. I am not saying, at least to my conservative brethren, to stop being extremely critical of left-wing views. I don't plan on stopping that at all. But we do need to remember that we're all people trying to make the American Republic work. And some people are right. I think it's conservatives. Some people are wrong. I think it's liberals. But you know who's wrong all of the time in a very horrible way? Somebody that wants to cross the line and hurt somebody, try to kill somebody, actually kill somebody. All of that is no good. And we need to take a deep breath. I look at the system that we have where I turn on social media. I must have seen the video of Charlie getting shot 50 times. And then some crazy person on the left who doesn't represent all of the people who are liberal says something stupid. It gets repeated in my ecosphere 1,000 times. And it just gets everybody riled up. And I'm sure it happens in the opposite. So my challenge to you and to anybody watching this video is take a deep breath and understand that unless you really think that you're back in 1776 and this experiment of America has failed, and it's time to take arms and overthrow the government and install a new government, one that will be more respectful of your rights, that's the moment when you take arms. But unless you're ready to have a revolution in America and all the implications that go with it, it's time to take a deep breath and understand what Charlie Kirk knew well, which was in America, we have a discourse of ideas. We talk about them. We try to persuade people, and then we're active and we get active and we walk precincts. We make phone calls. We donate money, and we work within our American system of government to try to make sure the people we agree with are elevated into positions of authority and decision making, and the people that we don't agree with are diminished and taken out of those positions. And that's the beauty of America. And so my final thing that I would just say is violent extremism sucks, and it doesn't matter where it comes from. And we can have all these conversations about who you think is at fault, but the reality is everyone's at fault if they're trying to act that way. Thanks for taking the time to listen to my editorial.